What does father do? Bring home money. What does mother do? Lay out the money. What do children do? Eat up the honey.
Episode 4 is entitled, What Does the Bee Do? The title refers to a poem that Emily, Margaret's daughter, reads at the breakfast table. And it's essentially what are the various duties of the man of the house and who does what in the household. And that idea is explored through Nucky's story and through Chalky White and what he does for his family to put food on the table.
Daddy!
Yeah, my sweet pea.
Because of the events in episode 1 of the season, when Chalky's warehouse is attacked and now he's been arrested for for retaliating, he's really kind of rendered impotent. And then even in his own house, we start to see that this guy's almost kind of a stranger. He really doesn't fit in his own home. He's uneducated. As we've learned, he can't read. His kids are really educated and they sort of almost make fun of him. It's the catch-22 of being a up from the bootstraps person. You know, you of course aspire to give your family more than you had, and then when they get exposed to all these things that you never were, you suddenly have less in common with them. So, Chalky has raised a son who, is very well educated and polished and plays the piano. That's the type of kid that Chalky would have robbed when he was a teenager. And yet, that's his son who he loves and that's what he wants for him, but yet that very thing is what estranges them from each other now.
That's it. One last bite. Louis, dear, you need nourishment.
At the ending of episode 4, Jillian is nursing the Commodore who has suffered a stroke, and in so doing, fueled by alcohol and some painful reminiscences, ends up slapping the shit out of him.
Do you remember that night?
What?
I asked you a question.
This is probably something that she's wanted to do forever and been powerless to, because the Commodore obviously is a big, formidable person physically and emotionally. But now in his vulnerable state and in her, tipsiness with, in conjunction with remembering their first night together in which he raped her, it all boils and bubbles to the surface, and she just explodes and starts slapping him. So it's really, again, I think something that's been boiling up in her for a really long time, and now that she's got him in this vulnerable state, I think she's going to take advantage of that. And I don't think this is a regular occurrence, but I think it's a date they've had for many, many years.